Welcome guys to the 12-12 AD World Championships. This is the first round of the 2 versus 2 Siege tournament. This is the America Oceania bracket where I, Knight, and my partner Letholdus are taking on Damien Ashley and Legendarian. Here is my army. This is a Foot Knight unit of Lorraine. This here is the one of the excellent heavily armored Foot Knights of the 14th century. Again, this is a tournament where 14th century armor, which we see here, is the latest technology on the field. It's a high era battle, so it's 14th century armor, and or what Attila calls high era battle. 14th century armor is the latest armor on the field. 13th century armor can also be found. There are no 15th century armored units allowed. So my army here, we have these two heavy melee infantry units of Foot Knights, dismounted Foot Knights. Foot Knights, excuse me. And we have two of these men-at-arms units, which are heavy shock infantry. One is here, and the second may be on the near the walls here, near the gate. And then my general here is the Duke of Lorraine and the Duke's foot guard. So here's some knights of his foot guard. Some of them have two-handed long swords, some of them with the warhammers and axes. And there is the Duke himself here with his two-handed warhammer. A very heavily armored knight beside him with a longsword. So that's kind of my inner core, or inner you're right, the inner core of the inner defense. And we have the trebuchet here. We can also see we have three of these heavy Pavi spear units here guarding the entranceways. The fourth entranceway to the inner core here is guarded by a barricade with some pit traps here. Anyway, we have men on the walls. Our crossbows are firing away, but they're not going to get through this thick siege tower here, guys. So as he swerves his towers around, I kind of adjust my infantry. There are men in these towers. They don't come out. They just kind of see they fire these fire arrows. So they're manned in that sense. But he is firing away. So that's my army more or less, with some knights here as well, cavalry of Lorraine. My partner is Letholdus. I don't have time to do all the army compositions, but my trebuchet is here. His is here. He has a lot of spearmen here. He is playing as the Kingdom of Georgia. And his wall catapult is firing away already, but a miss there for that. Mine has already been destroyed. You see a man killed there by the cannon. The bombard. There's two bombards here, actually. These men here, Castile. So I'll just quickly take a look at where his general is. This is the Monaspa Guard. Here is the general of Georgia. Very cool looking unit, and the men of his bodyguard. Now Damien Ashley's playing as Castile. This is the King's bodyguard, the King of Castile. Very cool looking unit here with his King's bodyguard. His men are almost at the walls. And now they have blown open the walls with these two bombards that have been firing away. And another shot going here, this time at the gate. He's actually firing at the gate. And my crossbows now are firing away at these, at his crossbows, but mine have the benefit of the battlements. I filled the breach with a group of spears here. And we managed to put them into a shield wall, which is good. And from now, he is dismounting his men on the walls. Now quickly, the Kingdom of France here is led by, the Legendarian is playing as the Kingdom of France, and there is the Roi de France, the last of the four generals. Now these men jump on the wall, and here we go. My men are here to face them. The swords, the Foot Knights of Lorraine are taking on these absolutely heavily dismounted infantry of Castile. They're fighting for this tower. They want the gate. And here we go, guys. The first contact on the walls. Castile on the left and Lorraine on the right, fighting away. And the arrow tower firing away as we enjoy in cinematic view, guys. So they're now sort of dismounting at various parts of the wall. We do have my shock infantry fighting them here. We have a good unit of infantry guarding this tower here. These shock infantry are moving. And a huge shot from the trebuchet. I believe that was mine that fired. 1 kill only. More bark than bite there, but still. And Letholdus with a shot from the side and nailing this siege tower. But I think he was maybe, I don't know if that's what he was aiming for, trying to get one of these units that it was blocking. But anyway, we are definitely under siege, guys. And this spear unit could possibly be flanked from both sides in a moment here by Castile. So these men-at-arms are going to be running for the gate. And over here, France is a minute behind, but he is about to dock as well. And my trebuchet with another series of shots, nailing this inadvertently, the siege tower, and then crashing among the crossbows there. That was a good hit. And more raking shots landing among the crossbows here. Let's see if we've done any damage. 4 kills now. Alright, well, not much better. And this spear unit is being hit from both two sides. So now that once that's wiped out, the gate will be exposed. So I do have these men-at-arms here who have just gotten here just in the nick of time to hold the gate. Both gates are for now secure. Another shot here. Oh! Huge shot and a huge hit by my trebuchet. And Letholdus firing away now as well. An explosive shot doing a lot of damage. I'm up to 23 kills and he's got 15 now. And both of us like to use our trebuchets. These crossbows here on the wall, I tell you. They're going to town. They have 11 kills and they keep firing away at enemy units all over. More shots here by the trebuchets. Mine is firing away. Scoring some kills here, but that unit is loosely spaced out. So while we are getting kills, it's maybe not the best bang for your buck. Crossbow unit targeting these enemy missiles. We do have pit traps right in front of the gate. So that is one benefit there. Trebuchet fire continuing to rain down on that crossbow unit. Letholdus with a shot and just rushing into this Pavi's spear unit and killing probably a dozen men with that shot.
This is a shameful display.
Some of my men losing on the wall here, but I have reinforced it here, and I've actually broken a unit of these men. The 14th century light melee from Castile with my shock infantry. But I've lost my spear unit here, and the shock infantry unit here has been charged here. They're just holding position. At least they're going to give this tower enough time for these two towers of the gatehouse to fire. Going to be alive for longer. And we're trying to hold this breach here, guys, as the men of France under Legendarian's command have rushed in. My spear unit was braced in a shield wall formation, and they are fighting, guys. A nice kill there by a spearman of Lorraine. And France will not be kept at bay for too long, I imagine. We're rushing a second spear unit behind them. Cav unit moving out from Letholdus. This unit of shock infantry now with 6 kills and 3 deaths. However, the Spanish have been joined, or the men of Castile have been joined by this heavy shock infantry. So the gate may not last for much longer. My crossbows are doing what they can. They have 13 kills here, which is great. But they're taking heavy fire and cannon fire. Cannon fire is hitting the gatehouse. They're really trying to blow that door open. More cannon fire at the gate. That's a direct hit. Second cannon shot again. That might have missed because it hit the ground first. That's Legendarian actually firing away at the gate. They both, I imagine, well definitely they both blew through the wall here. Some of my pit traps got some kills though, as we can see. And another hit, another direct hit. Oh, there it is! They've blown open the gate.
The enemy has destroyed the gates! Brace!
Yup, they have blown open the gatehouse. So at this point I am rushing my militia crossbows out of there. Some cavalry's moving in, and I'm actually pulling spears out of here. They were kind of the second row, so they were not directly in the fight, but I'm running them to try to cover the gatehouse here, and it looks like I'll make it in time. He's trying to reinforce up here with this spear unit, is Letholdus. This gatehouse being held by this shock unit here. They're being hit by crossbows, but the crossbows are being hit by these arrow towers here at the gatehouse. Very close battle, guys. The crossbows here with 14 kills from the gate. They were now pulled back. And they're firing away at one of these units up here, trying to help out this unit of wavering shock infantry as you're barely holding the walls. And here goes Letholdus. He is going to try to sneak all the way through here. And he does successfully. As we try to encircle, just as my unit breaks.
Men are broken and running for their lives.
We try to encircle all this infantry here. And a shot, an explosive shot by my trebuchet. And oh, devastation rains down. And the shock cavalry, huge charge, guys. Knocking French dismounted foot knights to the ground with an epic charge. That was some gold chevron units that we hit. And a couple of spears caught in the way, and that's 41 kills. But even just pulling out of that is going to cost me some knights. And here we go with the trebuchet. Trying to get some more kills here. We see some more dismounted French knights.
Our men have rallied!
And a second charge by my knights. Crashing into this spear unit here. They may actually be completely broken. After that charge, we're up to 92 kills right now, guys. And the trebuchet raining down havoc. Letholdus' trebuchet actually losing two of the constructs to artillery fire from the cannon.
Our men are the enemy refuses to admit defeat.
That was a shot that completely missed there. 94 kills for the Knights of Lorraine. They have lost 17 men. I'll take that ratio any day, guys. Any day. Especially against units with chevrons and gold chevron high era shock infantry. That's the most valuable unit in a siege. That cannonball just grazed this trebuchet here. My trebuchet is up to 60 kills. Letholdus started out so well with 72 kills, but he's lost half of his trebuchets. Here's a shot. Almost targeting these men on the wall.
The tower has been totally destroyed.
The tower's been destroyed. Let's see which one. Oh, the gate is fallen. The main gate is taken, and the deluge of men flooding in here from France and from Spain, guys. I pulled some units out successfully, including this crossbow unit with 14 kills, and this archer unit with 21 kills, which is almost out of ammo now. Successfully pulled out, as well as most of my knight unit. And a shot here at the reserves, and we've hit them. 2 shots. One was a direct hit, a second one with a partial glancing hit. And we're up to 62 kills now. I love taking out heavy gold chevron shock, even if it's just 2 men. Here we have a pike wall with a spear wall in front, and they're just getting into formation. We've got some stone beds here with archers behind. This is one of the best defenses you can do. These long pikes in pike wall, and you have a testudo of spears in the front, and half of these things poking through that you can see are the long pikes. So if an enemy rushes in and starts fighting these spears, they're running right into the pikes too. And this is not a direct stack, guys, so this is legal. A huge shot here, guys. Taking out men right in the center of that. Letholdus has now completely lost his trebuchet. Ooh, that is rough. See if we can luck into one more shot. We're up to 81 kills with this trebuchet. That would be just fantastic if we can. Oh, here we go. Here's a shot for the money. Yes, a hit. Is he going to run them now? More shots incoming. I can hear them. Yes! Direct hits, guys. Huge casualties there. Gold chevron units falling. 107 kills now. That was 25 kills in one volley. I'll take that any day on any level of chevron units, but a gold chevron, yes. Alright guys, we have our spears here ready on this side, and on this side they're already in testudo here with pikes behind them, so they're extra ready here. We got the archers in the back, and on the last entrance here, remember, we have a barricade, which my crossbows have now taken. These crossbowmen are just resting here now, well deserved after 14 kills, and they got a barricade to protect them and a bunch of pit traps. But the opponents here, Castile and the Kingdom of France, have taken the outer walls and are flooding into the castle. The cavalry is circling around. We have a double charge here as the French gendarmes have hit the Georgian cavalry. The Georgian cavalry will actually pull back. Oh, and from two sides. The Monaspa Guard, that was not the best charge, but they're going to get a rear charge here. The Georgian cavalry will against the gendarmes, so they hit them from both sides. The Monaspa Guard took a few casualties here. The general, let's enjoy cinematic view, guys, as the French gendarmes take on the Georgian general and a second unit of his wounded cavalry. As we enjoy in 4K, guys, cinematic view. What an epic battle here. The French gendarmes giving it their all, but they are surrounded and they start to waver here under fire from the neighboring fire arrow towers here. And they do break. They break. They may return yet. They're not completely shattered, but they are broken. So the Georgian cavalry is going to try to run away before their second unit of gendarmes arrives, and it looks like they will do so successfully. They got away, guys. Very good. I'm glad for my ally. The cannon is being wheeled through this breach in the wall here, guys. That's the bombard. Here's a shot by my trebuchet. Yes, direct hit there, and a second one into some high era or 14th century armor wearing crossbows from France. They're firing away, but the wall, the testudo wall, is stopping them. Looks like I misclicked with my archers, but I will pull them back here. This archer unit firing away at the crossbows too. Lots of arrows. Now Letholdus helping me out here with his Monaspa. I will pull my pikes back as they've taken, well, only 2 deaths. And trebuchet with more direct hits here, guys. Yes. I counted at least 2 hits there with the trebuchet. We're up to 136 kills. And this archer unit now firing away. One of these crossbow units of France is broken here, and the spears are here all alone now. The pikes have retreated under the arrow fire. And they're here in testudo, guys. Doing very well here, blocking those shots from the crossbows. So France is seen they're running into a bit of a tough slog here under arrow and trebuchet fire. They've tried to divert forces around this way. We've also explored these areas here. and they needed to secure it with their cavalry. It looks like they've done so, taking out the Georgian cavalry. And the Manaspa Guard with 30 kills has only taken 22 deaths. So, and the general is alive. He is alive, so that's good use by the general with Letholdus, taking out some, here he is, taking out some very elite gendarme units of France. Very expensive heavy shot cavalry. I am, in the meantime, trying to pull this trebuchet back. The cannon is firing away, trying to hit our men here. That was a miss, luckily. Oh, there we go. I think he killed this archer. But still, those are not big money targets. He's only got a couple shots left, does Damien Ashley Castile. A Legendarian trying to move in the cannon of France. Also running low on ammo after knocking down the walls here. And here we go, guys. They're pushing. They're making a push for this side. But the crossbows here are firing away, and there we go, just mowing them down. And this unit is wavering. Mounted French Knights, and now they're running into pit traps, and they're dying in those pit traps.
The barricades are under attack!
And they're attacking the barricades, guys. But we're mowing them down here. From 14 kills, we're up to 35 kills. That's 21 kills in a matter of moments. But this barricade, 30% damage already. We're moving up a depleted archer unit, which has 23 kills, but is out of ammo. Can we get one more shot off? 70% damage. Yes! One huge volley. Mowing more men down. And we're pulling them back. And we're charging these men, these levy archers, just as the barricade fell. So that was very well coordinated by myself. Pat myself on the back. And these crossbows up to 39 kills, guys. That's 25 kills just by sitting on this barricade. We've also gotten probably another 10 or so or a dozen from the pit traps. And they're still getting some here. Cav unit died there. As France trying to hammer through here, thinking that they've... Oh, look, and he's mistakenly run them through more pit traps, killing more of his cav. But as they think they've gotten a breach here and we have nothing to defend it with, they desperately throw men here, losing them to the pit traps, not knowing that this path is already secured by Letholdus and his Georgian spears, wearing 14th century armor. And here we go, a huge shot on my trebuchet, explosive shot, and just incinerating the French. And a shot there actually who may have killed a cavalry horse and his rider. Trebuchet up to 174 kills, guys. Very happy with my trebuchet so far. Letholdus, unfortunately, he did get 72 kills. And he still got 17 men left there. They did earn a chevron, it looks like. But unfortunately being picked off by the artillery. Lucky for me, they chose him and not me. And here we go. The dismounted French knights attacking the Georgian spears that enjoy cinematic view, guys. Scoring some grisly kills here are the French. The Georgians are holding, and arrows are felling some of the French. We have my crossbows firing down, scoring another 3 kills, up to 42 kills here off the ramp. I like it how they are on this little incline and they're able to shoot over.
Enemy units have rallied and returned to the battle.
And we have archers from the side of Letholdus looping shots over into this fray here. His archer's doing well, 46 kills for this unit, 93 for this unit. Wow, very good stuff. A lot of the city is already being destroyed here. I've now lost a trebuchet, which undoubtedly was killed by one of his cannons. Oh, there we are, Legendarian. But I take no heed of that, and instead I just continue incinerating these French units. Yes, that's right in the middle of their army. Here's the line of Georgians. So that was a huge shot. 205 kills now. I'm very happy with that shot and with my kills so far there. Still have the pikes here in reserve. Oh, they are getting hit by some archers. or possibly cannon fire. My own archers here firing away. Oh, the cannon's still firing away there. Archers with 86 kills here and still firing away. There we go. Supporting these spear units there. Yep, and I think that cannon's just targeting my pikes or the Letholdus' archers. We are up to 205 kills on this trebuchet. Oh, and he's taken out another one. That was the cannon. It looks like that was the bombard. And another shot here by my trebuchet. And a huge hit! Right in the center. We saw it take out those dismounted heavy shock infantry, or caballeros, of Castile, which are supporting the French on this flank. And from 205 kills with one volley, we're up to 221. And that's really a half volley because two of these constructs are destroyed. So another 16 kills with 2 trebuchet shots there. And these are gold chevron units, double gold, triple gold. Very happy with these numbers here. Crossbows continue racking up kills off this incline here. Firing away. Already up to 64 kills here. Felling some of those spears, which didn't know they were going to be shot, so they weren't even in spear wall. Trebuchet, 221 kills. We've earned 3 chevrons here on this trebuchet. Oh, and my cab is tangled up here with the gendarmes. The Knights of Lorraine are getting hammered by the gendarmes. But the king, well, not the king, the general of Georgia, the Monaspa Guard, charges the gendarmes in the back with a huge charge. And they are going to break. We are killing these gendarmes here. So we've actually launched a surprise attack from behind the safety of our Testudo shield wall with our cavalry. That was tremendous.
And it can no longer fire.
My knights, 33 men left, 20 dead. They're up to how many kills here? 125 kills. That's huge. I'll take that any day. And they've still got 2/3 of a unit to do damage. Now these spears of George are depleted after fighting such elite units. They're on the verge of breaking, but Letholdus has already been one step ahead. He's put his spears there. I'm firing away with crossbows, trying to rack up kills with these 13th century light crossbows, which have 73 kills, guys. I love it. They've earned a chevron. Keep it going. 74 kills. My archers are out of ammunition, so they will now give the spears a little break and be the front line. And oh, they are getting absolutely picked off. We try to catch them slipping, but no, he sees my charge. He's going to countercharge the knights, and this is not going to be pretty as the French chevaliers, French knights will just hammer these lightly armored men. Even though they are fresh, they are just slobbering them, cutting them down as I speak here, guys. Enjoying cinematic view, and they've broken them so quickly. They run. The levy archers will run, and they've broken white flag. Only 5 left out of 98, and the knights crash into the Testudo spear wall. Just watching cinematic view, guys, as Lorraine spearmen hold the line against a deluge of French elite foot knights, the chevaliers scoring kills with the spears standing firm. Letholdus has reinforced this with some medium bows who are out of ammo. And the French knights are being reinforced by heavy spears here, guys. My crossbow's still firing way off this hill, scoring tons of kills here. Now these men, though, with their spears and spear wall, and their shields and spear wall, I should say, and shield wall, and harder to kill, but we're up to 84 kills regardless. That's fantastic, guys. Trebuchet has launched its last shot and is up to 238 kills. It's out of ammo. But we still have 27 of 30 of the crew members alive. Now they're lightly armored, but they've earned, yeah, look at them, they're happy. They've earned 3 chevrons. They're actually going to be a little harder to kill. Their morale is going to be higher, and their confidence is high. So from 238, I might crack 250 with these guys. We'll see. I'll be lucky to, but we'll see. That's a very successful game with my trebuchet, and I'm sure Letholdus would have done the same if his was not specifically targeted by the artillery. And here we are. We're trying to retake a capture point, and I'm circling around with my knights here. Because the more of the field we control, the better our morale, and also the more surprise attacks we can launch. And we've done some good work with these guys. 126 kills with my knights, only 20 deaths. His general's 58 kills, and only 22 deaths. Some very good numbers here. Letholdus knows that these bows of his are not going to hold. Neither are my spears, which they have 19 kills to their credit, but only 47 men left. Eventually, this is going to break sooner rather than later. So he has some Osnarite swordsmen here from Georgia. Beautiful shields. Look at their armor, guys. He's going to throw them into the fray here against these elite French knights. No, he's not. He's going to hold the line. Oh! What was that, a cannonball? A huge shot by the cannon. Where was that thing? Where did that come from? Oh, he's moved it right up to the front. There it is. Cannon of France, but you know what? It's going to shoot into the backs of his own men if he's not careful. It's firing away at this unit here. It's trying to hit this unit, hitting the corner of the building instead. And it looks like he's destroying this barricade, which we're not really using much of. That's what he is doing over here. So it looks like we're going to just pull out. We're going to abandon this area. He can pull his general in at any moment. We have captured this capture point, so we've kind of wasted some of their time, essentially. Time is money, because if time runs out, the defenders win. That is the rule of the tournament. Time runs out means defenders win, and we're 27 minutes left, guys, on the timer. A huge shot there, and he hits. Oh, no. He hits my Bobby spears from the back. He killed a dozen of them. 108 left of 120. That's not good. And you know what? That's a tough position, because as soon as this barricade is broken, and it's getting there, this is going to be... Oh, look at that. I have narrowed this so it's a little harder to hit them, but this is going to be attacked, so I need to hold them here, and they're being targeted. That was a fortunate miss for me, and I did spread them out wider and then put them back into Testudo, so they're going to be harder to hit for that cannon. They're still at 108 men there. For some of my more experienced troops, they do have a chevron to start with. My crossbow's still firing away, and you guys won't believe this, but we're up to 118 kills with this light crossbow infantry unit of 98 men. That's 20 more men than I have in this unit to start the battle. They definitely earned the chevron, and I'm sure they're going up to their second one now. Firing away at the swords there, and oh, scoring a handful of kills here, guys. A lot of blood on the ground. Firing and firing away and scoring more kills, and they're up to 128 kills, guys. I mean, for a unit like this, that is fantastic. They're still firing away. That's called getting your money's worth here. This barricade won't last long. 45 left, 45% damage done. I mean, Hobby's spears are ready and in formation to take on this attack from this side, but he doesn't have many men left on this side. Most of them are in the center or on this flank here. They're just being bogged down here. These archers are looping shots. These archers of mine here are looping shots at the enemy here. Crossbow's still firing away, taking a shot at these heavy shock infantry now. That was their last shot. 128 kills, guys.
From the enemy.
And they can still fight hand to hand, which is fantastic. Just like these guys with their 238 kills. Gotta love earning the chevrons with cheap units, getting so many kills, and then being able to use them still and charge them in for another handful of kills. Letholdus and I just playing for time at this point. We are the defenders, so if we can hold, we advance. And the first round of this 2-on-2 is single elimination. One game. Win and advance, or lose and go home. Starting in the second round, we're going to have a best of 3. here we go. My archer's looping over this hill. This is all impassable terrain here, guys. This hill is actually very, very large. But we're looping shots through this hill here, this impassable terrain, and onto their pole arms. Trying to get some kills here, trying to soften those guys up. Letholdus' second unit of spears here getting chewed up by the elites, but still 81 men left out of 120. As the arrows continue, I mean, these guys have showered the enemy with arrows all game long, and now these archers are taking over when they run out. So no break, no rest for the wicked here as France and Castile take brutal punishment trying to climb this giant ramp here, guys. Look at this incline. I mean, that is rough. Imagine trying to fight through this. One line of warriors followed by another, followed by another. As we enjoy cinematic view, guys, the French trying to push up this hill with everything they got. But the Georgians won't let them. They hold the line on the ramp, guys. Oh, some of these Georgians are going down. But the arrows are hitting the French too.
Enemy units have returned to the battle.
And now it's time. I have thrown these heroic crossbows in. The militia crossbows with the charge. They're locked in combat now, fighting these elite men who are tired. And on the same token, we have the trebuchet crew here. They're going to back up the Azurai swords. They have 3 chevrons here, guys, so they're a little bit tougher than usual. They're going to try to back up the Azurai swords, which are giving it their all against these elite French units here. And along with French spears here as well. And we have the King's bodyguard, the King Castile, trying to hammer through here, guys. And yes, the trebuchet crew has now been thrown into this melee here, taking on heavy spear infantry and some dismounted cavaliers. But these dismounted French chevaliers, or dismounted French knights, are breaking. And so we've scored 3 kills with this unit so far. Happy with that. How are the crossbows doing? Oh, are you kidding me? Oh! Well, they've taken almost a dozen casualties, but they're up to 145. They've gotten 17 kills. These men must be very tired because they are very elite troops. And the trebuchet crew as well, well, they're still stuck at 3 kills and they're down to 14 men, so that's probably not the best. So it looks like I'll have to send in some more reserves here. Just bogged down on this side and on this side. Some men wavering here.
The men are broken and are fleeing.
And the trebuchet crew of Letholdus, with 1 chevron earned, they are behind my spears here. These spears are down to 81 men. And it'll be interesting to see what he does with these gendarmes after breaking through the barricade here. This spear unit there is wavering. More arrows relentlessly peppering men here. We see half of these pit traps already full of men, 2/3 of them, at least 70% of them, if not more. A ton of men died at the barricade and on their way to the barricade from the crossbow fire, just strewn along here. And they're still getting hammered by missiles here, guys, as well as the couple of the last trebuchet shots that just incinerated so many men. And now they're up against wall after wall of enemies. 148 kills for this early crossbow unit. We now have an elite foot knight unit ready to hold the ramp, guys. Imagine cutting your way through all that. And then you're looking up and you see the foot knights of Lorraine wearing the most advanced 14th century armor of the era.
Running for their lives.
That is just demoralizing, and they have the high ground on the crest of this hill pass. The Tazdrulian swords of Letholdus here are being sent in as well. And Trebuchet crews breaking. They are up to 245 kills though. They scored a handful more kills. The swords here only on 2 kills, but they're brand new. They're fresh. They've been thrown in. We'll see how many more they get. I'm throwing in some archer units into the back here as well. It looks like my Trebuchet crew has actually rallied, as have these crossbows with 148 kills. The general here, the King's Bodyguard of Castile, actually made contact with the swords, skirmished briefly, and have now pulled out. They cannot get a clean charge, guys, because of their own men blocking their way. They can only push their way to the front and slash with their swords. They cannot actually go lances down and charge. That's their problem, guys. And here we are with our men, again advancing out here. Kind of risky. But we've advanced out here. We have some cover from this arrow tower if units were to come out around here. But here we don't have much cover. And we're just sort of waiting on what these guys are going to do. Here's an elite pike unit that's trying to push in to attack my spears. So this is interesting. That's a big development on that side. We'll see what happens here. And it looks like my units were rallied. They were thrown back out to 246 kills with the trebuchet. The crossbows at 148. They're in there. And these guys are advancing in Pike Wall. These Pavi's men are moving up as well. And there's not much we can do if they block this entrance off. But Castile, no longer blocking the entrance, now moving here because I think he saw my pikes. Maybe that will open something up for us. We'll see. Wavering sword unit here, the Azurai, have been sent to defend this breach as well. The Pavi's spears are holding, but the pikes they just have the reach on them. They don't have shields, but they do have a reach, so that's going to be tough here for me. But my own pikes are ready just in case. And here we go. He's sending his gendarmes around. And we have prepared. We have made preparations for the gendarmes. Legendary and moving forward with the gendarmes. They have 30 kills, only 6 deaths. They come under fire from the arrow tower now.
Enemy units have been rallied.
And now he sees my knights. And I'm going for it. And I charge the Knights of Lorraine against the gendarmes.
Destroyed an entire unit.
And it looks like I got the worst of that, so I tell Letholdus, run your general. You don't want to mess with the gendarmes. They lost 3 men, but I've lost more than that. The gendarmes of Legendarian have shattered my knights. My knights have so many kills already, 129 now, after killing 3 of the gendarmes. This unit was wounded though, and the gendarmes are, well, they were not. They were pretty healthy. So in the meantime, though, the general's gotten away. It's too late to catch him, guys. You're too late. And now the pikes have joined the fray here. We have pikes from both sides fighting. Now it looks like my knights have rallied here. It's a bit of a false retreat. We rallied. We're at 129 kills, so we're going to take the rest of this unit, just the remnants, 12 men, and circle around while he is chasing the carrot that is the general, who's already climbed the ramp, who's already behind this Pavi's wall, which has now reset itself, and we have a Testudo formation on a hill, which the gendarmes have not much of a chance against, and they're going to realize that very quickly. And they see them now, and they said, no, we're not doing that uphill charge. We're going to pull out. But in the meantime, this is what's going on in the back here. An epic charge. The spears that were just completely running in motion and not set. They crashed through those spears and knocked half of them to the ground, slaughtering a dozen or so, and actually causing this spear unit to waver. And my general now shouting for his morale cry. 173 kills for this knight unit, guys. Wow! From 129 to 173. That's what, guys? 44 kills on the charge? Wow, look at that. That spear unit was fully healthy. He's down to 76 men. That's called getting your money's worth. Every last bit. And I think we killed some of these pikes as well in that charge. Maybe just a handful, but enough to put that little bit of doubt in their mind. And this is a heated battle here, guys. They have the last vestiges of their reserves are here, and they just took a massive blow. That could be game altering, guys.
Our men have given up and are running.
The gendarmes are sort of just taking capture point at this point, but they have to do more. They're down to 13. They're going to capture this gatehouse, which will take a good minute or two. They only have 13 minutes left and 10 seconds. This battle has gone very well for us, even though at the beginning the walls were taken a bit quickly for my liking. The battle has gone very well. Now the elite foot knights of Lorraine are fighting against dismounted knights of Castile, the polearm infantry of Castile wearing 14th century armor, and the pikes of Castile wearing 14th century armor. All gold chevron units against this foot knight unit, but it is holding them all, and it's got 69 kills, the men of Lorraine.
The enemy has obliterated an entire unit.
The foot knights of Lorraine are holding against such elites because they have the hill and because they are rested. Scoring many, many kills here, guys. Battling in hand-to-hand melee combat. Oh, one of them decapitated and going down. He's enjoying sitting out of you guys. Scoring some nice kills on the Knights of Lorraine here. They're now up to 74 kills, but they've taken some casualties, guys. It's 37 men down. But that's a 2-to-1 ratio. I'll take that any day against such elite units. The trebuchet crew of Letholdus being thrown in here. And the general standing, the Duke's foot guard standing here, giving his presence, his aura, a morale boost to the men. The Georgian swords are the last unit holding this giant fort at bay. And here we go, the King's swatting over the charge. He might clip the edge of this unit, and he does score a couple of kills, but most of the charge again is into the back of his own men where they just slow down and don't do anything. At this point, Letholdus is putting in his spear reserves.
Enemy
Sees what's happening.
To the battle.
That sword unit doing very well, 23 kills, but they took some damage there. They're up to 12 deaths. That's the last of his reserves. No, he does have one sword unit left. I still have a fair amount of reserves, including these two elite units here. A foot knight unit from Lorraine and a man-at-arms unit. And these spears, which are untouched, but they have a job by holding this ramp. These guys are just pure reserves, as well as the general, too. The Knights of the Foot Guard, the Duke of Lorraine. They are ready. Ready for the call when needed, and just over 10 minutes of time left, guys, in this grueling 2 versus 2 siege battle. And Lorraine holding, shaken, but holding. 78 kills from this knight unit here. We do have some dismounted Manaspa ready to hold that hill after they're done. And it looks like Letholdus has pulled these swords out, which is smart to get them fresh. And and the spears have taken over. They're going to slow down these foot knights and give the king a little pause before he decides to charge again. A lot of cavalry circling here, guys, but they're down at the last 10 minutes. They need to do something. I mean, you're in desperation mode now. I still have reserves. You need to do something with this, guys. If you're France or you're playing as Castile in this game, I mean, at the very least, get these guys, get your knights here, your mounted knights. This is a front that's not being contested right now. Cycle charge. Yeah, you're going uphill. Yeah, you're going into a spear wall. But these aren't pikes. You're going to kill dozens of these guys with every charge. And yeah, you're probably going to lose a ton of your cavalry, but you know what? It's worth it. You get through this, you're in the center, and we're fighting for our lives instead of just holding choke points. We have no cavalry left. There's a half a unit of a general. I mean, if you kill him, you win, because Letholdus will fold. So you got to be desperate here. But these guys are just like they're walking their dog. They're not even running their cavalry. They're just kind of trotting around. This unit is just holding position here with the gendarmes. So you got to get desperate. I mean, Castile is starting to get desperate with his king, but he's doing the wrong things. Your infantry have blocked this site. You got to take that king and all the cav whip around here and do some damage here. They're going to lose half your cav, but you're going to gain entry into the center, and then anything is possible once you do that. But instead, they're just hell-bent on getting through these 3 choke points, and they're sending your men in. Such brutal attrition combat here. The French must be exhausted. They're just being gutted here on the front lines. Oh, going down and just being ordered again and again to charge by the commander. As we enjoy sitting on you guys. Some units look like they're breaking and retreating. That's a white flag right there. That's the Poppy's crossbows. But it looks like their hammering has broken the spears. 52 kills for the Letholdus spear unit, but they do break. And they run, so the swords are back in it. They are fresh now, though. They have 50 kills and about 30 deaths. So let's take a look at these tenacious swordsmen now with 51 kills. Fight the elite forces with 14th century armor that are stacked up against them. Another charge, but look, you can't even reach the enemy because he's stuck in his own net. Well, that guy got through and he hammered away, but again, these are melee kills. These are not charged. You know, your cav will, in the long run, I mean, that was an impressive kill, but in the long run, your cav are going to lose in melee. Well, this king's bodyguard was 70 kills, so he's doing something right, but it would be so much more effective if he was targeting an area like this. I've moved in my reserves here. And we have used a rally cry from my general on these pikes to try to get them to hold. They have 18 kills, but they're 90 deaths. They're just outmatched by these pikes here and the spears. But as these units tire themselves out,
broken and running for their lives.
My shock infantry is ready. These are the fresh reserves, 120 men out of 120. And this foot knight unit is ready to hold this ramp once these archers are dead. The dismounted caballeros moving up the hill for Castile, slaughtering men. This is a fresh unit that was held in reserve. They have 102 kills, and then they were rested smartly by Castile's general. And now they're in, so they're going to make short work of these archers, guys. You see them here going to work. Attacking here and just knocking down these Georgians. They're up to 110 kills now, guys, and they're still fresh. They're active now, which is still basically as fresh as you can be. So these foot knights are being moved up. That's my last reserve, the foot knights. And the shock infantry here have charged, and this has turned the table. These fresh shock infantry have broken the spears. That has caused the pikes to waver. They have 31 kills already and 32 kills and no deaths. However, the king now less in his way, is able to get more and more damaging charges through, and a sword unit, even if they're in shield wall, they're not going to hold up to those charges in the long run. I don't know if they've realized how little time they have. They have 5 minutes, not even a whole 5 minutes left. Gendarmes are here. These units are actually being shelled by the arrow towers, although they're not taking much damage at all. And we have risked our shock infantry. We've charged out to attack these units because we feel we can break them. And we did break the pikes, that was our key, and now we're retreating back behind our pike and spear wall, which is very small, but enough to blunt a charge by the mounted cavalry of Castile. So now we're behind these men. This will be what slows the cavalry, and this will be what finishes whatever comes through, whether it's cavalry or infantry. You won't get through this, guys. I promise you that. And again, a little bit of a charge here getting through by the King of Castile, but 113 kills now. We have the Duke of Lorraine and the Knights of his personal guard are coming. On this side, we have the Foot Knights of Lorraine throwing in the last reserve unit of Foot Knights. 13 kills on a charge, only 2 deaths. And the Duke is lining up here to take on the King. We have the Monaspa Guard of Georgia here ready as well. They're down to 38 men out of 60. And now, with 3 minutes left in the battle, he realizes that he's moving his cav around, but he's going the wrong way, guys.
Defend him.
And it looks like the Duke and the King are in hand-to-hand. I do pull out. The swords are going to probably take the brunt of this as these men waver. So they're going into a shield wall. And the Duke is going to try to brace for what's about to come. We have the Waterfoss here coming in as well, and this is going to be the last-ditch desperation attempt here. And here they go. Swords in their shield wall formation. And the Duke's Guard is going to brace for what is certain to be a huge charge. And here we go. They've braced. You guys have braced. They've closed ranks and they're braced and ready for a charge. And here comes some epic charges. The gendarmes are being ordered in first by the Waterfonts. There's less than 2 minutes left. They're trying to get over these huge stone beds. And the King of Castile bravely leads the charge as he's done all game long. But the Duke holds his ground here, guys. The sword unit, though, overwhelmed. All the cavalry being thrown in, and the Duke holds strong here. The Georgian swords were the shield that took the abuse, but the Duke is behind him, and he scored 23 kills on these elite cav units. Now that all the cav is here, though, there's no point of guarding this ramp, so my spears are running in. And this infantry's running in, as these guys are enough to hold this against them. There's nobody here. So it's all just a game of time now, and it looks like with 2 fresh reserve units running in to hold the center here, and the Duke doing a great job holding on his own. Looks like this will be it, guys. Enjoying cinematic view as the French and as Castile desperately try to hammer through the last 20 seconds here, guys. They have no chance against all of this infantry from Lorraine. And the time runs out, which means, guys, the defenders win. The defenders win. And a great, great game. I like this guy. Looks just absolutely cool here with his sallet, or that's a bassinet with the visor. Spalder's just glorious looking guy, and this really sums up the battle. The infantry of Lorraine and of Georgia holding strong and just holding out here, guys. With a successful defense, guys, Letholdus and I advanced to the second round in the 2 versus 2 siege tournament in the America-Oceania bracket. Let's have a quick look at some stats, guys. The Duke of Lorraine here, 37 kills at the end. Most of those were cavalry for his unit. He did lose some men, but he lost less than he killed, and so he's still got a ton of men left on the field at the end. In fact, let's look at the macro stats. We have 544 men remaining for myself and 161 for Letholdus, and these were our reserves and our generals. Legendary and only 284 men left, and Damien Ashley with 560, but they brought so many more men than we did and had much higher losses here, 1,600 losses. Now moving on here, we have 72 kills with this unit, and it's still fully on the field, probably lost only 1 or 2 men. These 2 units were taken off the field. They were destroyed. This one with 140, this one only 25. This last reserve here with 56 kills, an elite unit. They did have some experience heading into the battle. They had 1. They earned a 2nd experience point with all their kills. Still got 80% of the unit left, and they were holding that ramp, that hill. So this unit doing very well and could have still fought on for a long time. These 2 units were destroyed. This one did well with 87 kills. My spears, we have a full healthy unit there that you saw running into action at the end, but couldn't actually engage the enemy. They were going in to back up the Duke against the last desperate cav push. The other 2 spear units, 50 kills, 60 kills, and taking off the battle. I mean, they were really here to just hold the line. Same with these pikes. Although 21 kills, you'd like to see better than that. These cheap units were just destroyed. The spears, not much to speak about there. Just very good job by the attackers to wipe them out. Now my missiles here I'm pretty happy with. 88 kills, 85, and 34 for the archers. Not bad. Then you go to this levy unit, militia crossbow, 152 kills, guys. That's tremendous. I'm so happy with that unit. That's a game changer. Speaking of game changers, 173 kills for this unit of 53 knights. That's a game changer. And 246 for the trebuchet. That's a game changer. These 3 units here, all game changers. All definitely a huge part of the reason of our win. Let's go to Letholdus, Georgia, my ally. 58 kills. Most of them are elite cav units. So very good work with the General Monaspa Guard. Still has over half the unit left. Could have done more damage still if the match went on. Certainly, I feel like in a last stand scenario, we would have won if that time was unlimited. Just because of what we had left, including this unit and my elite units, the Duke, this untouched shock unit, this sword unit, etc. But anyway, back to the stats. With Letholdus, the Monaspa Guard, 58 kills, more than half the unit left. His spears doing well, 94, 127, 52. And his swords as well, with 74 here, 96 here, very good numbers. And then we see his missiles, which was really a key cog in our victory here. 149, 97, 95, 150 kills. Just tremendous amount of kills. Some of them still alive at the end of the battle. 80 kills for the Treb, again, targeted by the artillery, but still not bad. 13 kills for his cavalry here. Legendarian, the Roi de France alive at the end of the battle, but a loser. 8 kills. I don't know, maybe he had a death or 2. So he did, he did some action and some good actions in the battle, but overall, too little, too late. He leaves off the field, but he leaves with a loss. His shock infantry, though, tremendous amount of kills, 290 kills for this dismounted foot knight unit, just a terror on the battlefield. 122 here, same thing. This one down to 88, and you know what? I'm going to say, even though 88 sounds like a high number of kills, with your max XP rank of 9, your triple gold chevrons, and your high era armor, your 14th century advanced armor, this unit, you want them to be in the triple digits. You got to do a little better with that unit. Being stuck on a ramp, exhausted, with arrows raining down on you, that's kind of the result you're going to get. Here we have the Pavi's spears. Some good kills here for Legendarian with 59 here and not much else. And then we go to the polearms, 87, which is a very good number. His sword unit with triple digits, that's very good, 105. It looks like there was a few men left. I don't know if they routed or not. Maybe they stayed on the field. Could have got a couple more kills. But still 105 kills, very good numbers for a sword unit. And then we have the missiles, 35, 57, not bad. Especially if you're the attacker, it's kind of hard to get the kills. The Cav, you wanted to see more, but 51 kills here, 66 here, and still half the unit left. You know, he could still do some damage, but just involving them a little too late. 37 kills with the bombard, especially considering what they did with their bombards, destroying the trebuchets and the walls. That's a good number. The King of Castile, this man left everything on the field, except maybe his own life. I think he may have survived till the end, but his whole unit, his Kingsguard, is devastated, wiped out. He's got a couple of them left. And the shock infantry here, tremendous numbers, just like for France, we see tremendous numbers for Castile with their triple gold chevron shock infantry. Dismounted shock here, 333 kills. That's huge. 142, 131, all triple digits. This one, I guess you can say triple digits. Tremendous numbers for Damien Ashley here. Decent numbers on the spears. This pike unit doing very well. This one not so much. On the pole arms, 57. I think Legendary did a little better. The swords here, 83, 17, 67. Again, I think Legendary did a little better, but not bad. Some of these units, 83 here, 75 here, not bad. And then his missiles did really well for an attacker. 80, 58, 93. That's really good. You still got these two units left. They did take some casualties, but left at the end of the battle. I mean, when you're fighting for time, you want to use them. You want to cycle charge wherever you can, not into the back of your own men. And very good job with his bombard. I mean, taking out, I don't know if it was him or Legendarian, but they both combined to take out Letholdus's, all 4 of his trebuchets, and actually 2 out of my 4 trebuchets. So, and besides that, blowing open the gate, knocking down the wall, doing a whole bunch of damage, and on top of that, scoring 104 kills. Very good work by Damien Ashley with his bombard, just like Legendarian. So guys, very close battle against 2 high skill level players. We basically hung on for time. And in this tournament, a draw, which this was, is a win for the defenders, which this was. So we will advance to the second round. Legendarian and Damien Ashley bow out, but a very close competitive game. Definitely made Letholdus and I sweat. As you can see, very similar numbers overall remaining, even though the defenders start with less gold and all that. Overall, just hats off for a great game to all 4 players here. And we will continue coverage of the 12 AD World Championships moving forward into the second round.